Hello my treasures, it's time to erupt on standard with Elemental Highlander Warrior. Essentially the game plan of this deck is going to be we can duplicate all the very powerful Battlecrys that were introduced for elementals within Perils in Paradise, such as Incindius or Lamplighter, by using the Highlander package within Warrior. As you try to just overwhelm your opponent with a bunch of elementals to keep the chain going, and then hopefully on turn 9 you slam down a combination of Brann plus Firefly, while also having the backup plan of the Excavating package. And before we get into the Mulligan guide, the 3 cards in ETC are going to be Brewmaster, Fizzle, and Boom. However, in some of these games, you will probably see me having Hydration Station in here instead of Boom, and Gatekeeper instead, but I felt like these were the perfect 3. Now for the Mulligan guide, first thing to watch out for are early game elemental minions, such as Firefly, early game removal tools in case you're in a quicker matchup, and finally any type of draw power cards. Now with all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, time for a game against Mage. Ooh, this could be interesting. It probably is going to be Elemental Mage because I know that's the one that is floating around a lot right now. Now, Brann is one of those cards that I would love to keep, but if it is Elemental Mage, we might not want to, but I'm going to be greedy. I want to get some good replays. Oh, maybe the greed paid off once. Oh, also worth mentioning, I started recording for this deck before the 1st of August, so that's why I'm at Legends there at Diamond. Though by the time this goes up, I probably will be back in Legend. We'll see. Depends on how quick I actually want to do it. Okay, so them just hero powering is fine. I'm going to coin out the sediment here. Oh. Okay, so Bubbler is interesting, but mana reservation is pretty good in combination with Insidious that we have in our hand right now. Okay, there's one maker. Okay. Flame Revenant. Slam this down. Okay, there's Heat Wave. So, I'm assuming at this point it is an Elemental Mage, which is a little bit annoying, but it isn't, like, too bad. Like, I would have preferred to maybe, like, you know, base something a little bit more meta, but could make for a really good game. This matchup, depending on what it is, it could be Sif, which if it is Sif, we're kind of screwed because we don't have that much armor. That's actually something that I was considering maybe cutting in this list. I have Sanitize in list, and I think Brawl would just be probably better. I don't know if I'll ever get to the point where I cut it. There's a few like card choices that might be a little bit more questionable in this list. It's one of those things where you're trying to put everything in the list and you're like, man, there's not actually that many elementals that you want to use. And then you think about it and you're like, man, I don't have that much space. And then I realized like Therazane you can revive off of Hydration Station, which is good. And then you can like buff all your other elementals up, especially if you have the Amalgam in the list. There's just like a lot of possibilities for this deck to, a lot of different little avenues that you can go down. But I will say this, hopefully I'm not too far ahead on schedule, because if I am, then this is definitely a deck that I expect to hit, even if it's not something that Blizzard is meaning to directly hit. I definitely expect this to be one of those things that Blizzard hits and it's going to suck. Oh, perfect. There goes Therazane into our pool. Also, Inventor Boom is something that we might want to cut or swap around with Hydration Station. I don't think, yeah. The reason why I'm saying that is like Hydration Station can actually come up a lot more often than Boom. But Boom can just do some damage instantaneously, which is nice. By some damage, I mean, what, 16? Which is actually pretty good, but Hydration Station just has a better chance of being online because we have so many taunt minions in the deck. Even if we like whiff on a big Hydration Station, we still get a decent sized one. Now the question is, do we just slam down Insidious next turn? I think we probably will. I really don't want to do that. It depends also on what we top deck, right? Also, I knew like Insidious was a card. Oh, well, I guess we're not drawing an additional card. We can't keep the chain going if we don't use Insidious here. So, as much as I hate to do it, the chances of them, I guess they could have reverbs or buy one, get one freeze, but hopefully they don't have access to any of those. But yeah, I know Insidious was a card that a lot of people have been requesting, which is why we're ending up doing it. There's a few other cards that people have been requesting a lot. I just wanted to do it in my own unique twist. I'm not gonna lie, that's exactly why we're doing it like this. I'm trying to think of like the other cards. I want to do something with the Cheese Dragon. I just don't know what class I'm gonna do it in. I thought originally I was gonna do it in Rogue, but then I was like, I want to do the Murloc list. Oh. So maybe we try like a cheese druid. I don't know. Sounds like a goofy thing. Definitely not the best thing that you could do with druid. I know this does waste this a little bit because most likely we're not going to be able to use any of the spells, but you never know. We might get Horn of the Wind. Sure. Horn of the... Oh, the tsunamis would have been so nice, but that's okay. I guess we just refresh, right? Then Forge, just to do it. It's such a shame. I really do want to do a big spell mage list. I just keep forgetting about it. Mage is on the list. Oh, they're going to steal Insidious. We do not have Yogg in the list, which is a card that I was like, maybe we try to fit it into the ETC pool, but I don't know. Like, I guess we'd have to get rid of hydration. Oh, well, there's the chain, right? We're 2 off of lethal, which sucks. But there's the chain. Boy, if only we had a little bit more draw power. I'm going to get rid of the spell damage on board. I'm not really too concerned about the Yogg since they already stole. And Insidious, it's not like they have... Well, they could have bounce backs. Khadgar. Mirror image. Oh, they did slam down Fizzle, so they could have another Yogg at some point. Oh, that might have not been what I wanted to give them. Can we get some draw power? Also, my face is stuck, I guess. Okay, let's buff up our Ham. Ham is going to go ham. Oh, Ham went ham on Yogg. That's actually pretty good. Okay, so they get rid of Ham. I'm curious if they're running Thalion. They have to have Sif in the list, right? I'm trying to think of like what other big... I mean, I guess they could be trying to draw into Yogg as quickly as possible, which is a little bit curious. Also, it's worth mentioning that there is a cheaper Thalius now, or Thalion, though it does require you to run some Paladin cards, or the... Okay. Let's fingers crossed they do not have another Yogg. Fingers crossed, please. Or they... Oh, thank you. I was like, please don't. Okay, Gaslight. The problem here also is like, well, I guess they'll get rid of the 1616. If we had a way to get rid of our own Zilliax, we would be in a better position. I guess we just go face. I know that was probably going to be Ice Barrier, but we also just don't have anything right now. Let's overwhelm them a little bit. I'm going to keep the other ones in hand. I know we don't have a real reason to keep the chain going now, but you never know. Also, worth mentioning that maybe like an ETC instead of Saloon Brewmaster, we could use the second Lamplighter. And then I guess from there, the reason why I wanted the Brewmaster instead of Lamplighter in there is I would also like to have the possibilities of, oh great, Insidious. Oh, I really hope that isn't Counterspell, because I'm going to do something very, very dumb. Oh, of course it's Counterspell. There was no way we couldn't do that. The reason why I was like, oh, we need to test if it's... Oh, I wanted to make sure, because if they have that Yogg... Please tell me they didn't. Well, Inventor Boom is completely dead. This also brings up the... Actually, no, it isn't completely dead. We do still have the chance of reviving the 6/4s. But in this case, I would definitely have preferred to get Hydration Station in the main deck. I think after this game, we'll probably swap it out. Oh, ETC. Well, sure. I'm assuming they don't have an ETC of their own, so it doesn't really matter. We're definitely grabbing, well, Gaslight makes sense. And then Hydration Station. And then we just gotta draw into some, oh, perfect, one of the eruptions. And we get a second one. I think the game's bugging out a little bit there. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, okay, they're down to 9. Hey, Hydration Station back in the hand. Now, if we can figure out a way to finish them off without attacking into their hero, that would be probably best. Because I'm assuming they're probably going to get other ice barriers. Oh, that should have attacked with that first. Okay, Restaurant Viper, ETC. Of course. Not really the overextension that I would want to see to use the Reno, but like this is probably going to prevent us from... Oh! Okay, we only need 3 damage. Huh, or, yeah, 3 damage. What's... I'm trying to think of what's left in my deck. Oh, well, never mind. We don't need 3 damage. We need 8. There has to be something, right? Oh, actually, if we draw into the other eruptions, right? Yeah, probably should have used Aftershocks first, not gonna lie. Okay, we can slam down this. I can't remember if we've seen any technical duplicates, but screw it. Let's just use this. Nom nom, something big, important. Okay, Cobalt Miner isn't big and important. Yeah, that's the argument that was against slamming that down. That might matter. There's type pools. Maxitude. Okay, okay. Our amalgam is eating big, though. Oh, wait. We do have a backup win strategy. We just need to excavate one more time and we're good. Wait. We might still have this. Okay, the draw power is good next turn. And we still have 2 to 3 eruptions in the deck. I can't remember, honestly, how many we drew. I'm assuming that deck's running Sif, right? They have to be running Sif. Basically, we can't... Okay, so how this will work... I do not know why you got rid of your own minion, but okay. Come on. We need Buster. We need to bust open this game, please. Okay, Blizzard. 16-16. Oh, Eruption. Oh, that... Hey! Oh, wait, we're 1 man off. Oh, that's a little bit of a shame. Oh, no. I was like, if we get Rock, then we're good, but... Okay. Do not have the other ice elemental in hand, please. I don't mind if you like reverbs or buy one get one freeze this. Oh, actually, you know what? We might luck out because it looks like they're just spamming out as many spells as humanly possible. Don't they know Yogg isn't what he was like before? Isn't original Yogg? A hilarious top deck would be the last eruption, unless we've already drawn all 5. I'm bad at counting. Oh. All right. Let's ox you a question. Oh, there we go. It turns out Ragnaros is back on the menu. Okay, time for a game against Priest. There's a few Priest decks. Actually, there aren't that many Priest decks floating around. I know I put out the Priest list on Friday. This should be going up Monday. I'm going to get rid of these 2. I know we don't have any... Well, now we do have an Elemental. We're probably going to try with this setup to get the Elemental chain going later into the game than earlier in the game, but we shall see. Also, it's the beginning of the month, so I haven't climbed ladder yet. I will say this, also Town Crier is technically way worse in this deck than compared to some others because it is a 1/3 odd chance of getting on Zilliax, but... Alright, let's just slam down. Actually, let's coin this out. We can get the chain going. Yeah, it's the riskier play because we might not draw into Elemental in the next 3 turns, but you never know. Okay. Oh, well, I mean, there's a Zilliax. Can we get an... Oh, perfect, actually. Okay, heal. Oh, this is just going to be a little bit of a slower game, I guess. I mean, we do have this chain going. This does guarantee us that element. Oh, technically it did guarantee us that elemental. It's a 50-50 between the elemental and not having an elemental there. Okay, Serenity. That kind of sucks, but it is kind of funny that the Tar elemental does protect itself. It is only a 1 attack minion now, but that's besides the point, right? Okay. Seems like a little bit of a waste. Not too much of a waste. Oh, Lamplighter. Oh, could keep the chain going, but I don't think we're going to. I think that'd be a huge mistake if we kept it going. I think we'll just hero power here. It's fine on like turn 5 to like break the chain. Mainly because we do have a lot of elementals in the deck. We have 13 of them. Actually, at this point, I think we might have 12. No, we still have 13 because I replaced the Melted Maker with a Steam Guardian, I think it's called. Okay, there's Inventor Boom. Oh, also, Inventor Boom, definitely a card that through testing, we will definitely switch that around with the Hydration Station in the ETC pool. I think it's long overdue. We're about 15 games in right now. But I just kept forgetting to do it. Do we want to keep the chain? Yeah, we might as well. Like, what are the chances they actually have removal for this? I know it's pretty high, it's Priest. That might have actually been a bad decision. In any other class, that might have been a fine. Well, Warrior would have also probably been a bad matchup too. Of course, they silenced it. Of course, we drew into it instantly. The funny thing is, though, if we somehow manage to draw ETC, then that would be hilarious, but it doesn't look like we're probably going to be able to. Because the thing is, we get ETC then... Oh, we're at 9 mana next turn, so we can slam down Monstrosity, too. But yeah, ETC, get Saloon, bounce it back to the hand, shuffle 3 more into the deck, or 5 more into the deck. Maybe get Brann. Also, a Brann top deck would be really good. I'll take either Monstrosity or a Brann top deck. I don't really care which. Oh! Yeah, I'll take that. That's actually perfect on curve for this deck. Because you can't really slam it down on turn 8. You have to wait till turn 9. Marin was also a card that just didn't make the cut, even though it is additional draw power, and we probably could make the cut. I'm trying to think of Monstrosity probably would have been the thing that we would cut out of the list. Inventor Boom, I'm not too worried about the fact that that got dragged out of our hand. Okay. So wait, they're actually okay, that's interesting. I thought about doing Insidious Priest. Low minion count, having a bunch of them, and then like using a bunch of the tools that you have to get additional copies, which sounded interesting on paper. I just can't remember why I decided not to do it. I think it was just because I wanted to do the Yogg list. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes certain lists matter. We did that wrong, by the way. Certain lists I'm way more interested in doing. Similar, like that was definitely a list. I really wanted to do Menagerie Taunt Warrior, but didn't feel that strong. And then I was like, wait a second, I haven't seen anyone cover Brann and Lamplighter, so we might as well try to do something like that, right? And that's where this deck comes from, which is kind of a funny little hindsight thing. Okay, what do we get? Can we get an elemental? No, we cannot. Can we get an elemental from this block? That works. Double Battlecry on this is actually pretty good. Okay, grab the Tempest because we can get double event. Oh, Tide Revenant. Hi, buddy. I remember using you in OTK lists. Oh man, it's been a while, hasn't it? He's been gone for a while. Oh no. So we can't put down Tidecaller. That kind of sucks. I guess we can see what spells we get off of this. Anything good? Okay. I can make both of those work. Would have preferred if they both all hit face over... maybe not. Oh, that does get rid of all those. Wait. Oh, we're so close to having game. I wish we had new heights because we definitely would have had game here. Alright, I guess we... twice. Okay, we can make that work. I think Revenant on board. We get Steam Cleaner. Yeah, Steam Cleaner. Steam Guardian. Draw. Oh, Therazane's pretty good. Oh, there's another elemental, but I really don't want to burn a card. So we're probably going to slam it down. Metronome also is kind of a funny card. Metronome's actually one of those cards that I'm amazed hasn't seen some type of play in some type of deck. Because it feels like one of those cards that could easily see some play. It just hasn't had a good home. And I've definitely tried to make it work a few times. It's just, I don't know, underused card, underexplored card, in my opinion. Maybe it's a little bit too slow for, like, modern Hearthstone, but I don't know. I don't think it is. Alright, let's slam down Therazane. Keep the chain going, bowling. Oh, well, that could be a lot worse. They could have used that on a Zilliax. And it would be funny if they destroy both of their minions here. Are they going to? No. No, they are not. Oh, wait a second. Okay, so that's 9. At times like this, I really wish we had the second Lamplighter in that. But it is what it is. Alright, let's bounce this back. And then we should have GG unless they can heal for more than 22 damage. Yogg be praised, preventing them from actually getting any lifesteal in. We should have it. Come on, just a little bit more. I think we got it. I think it's going to be about time to light up the world with a little bit of fire. Oh, that would have been so much cooler after. Let's make them chill out a bit and then warm them up after doing it. All right, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So this deck, I played 20 games with the deck and ended up with a 55% win rate, which was actually a little bit higher than I expected. I don't know which is better in this deck, the Zilliax package or the Elemental package. The Elemental package is a little bit harder to use within this deck, but you can still overwhelm your opponent with a bunch of early game minions and then pivot into a control deck where not a lot of decks can currently keep up with, making this deck extremely flexible at what it does. It is a little bit harder to pilot just because you have to know when to start your elemental chain and when not to, especially if you draw into Brann early on. And the taunt package within this deck also allows you to easily buff up all the elementals, making them even bigger, making a harder time for your opponent to deal with that through things like Therazane. Overall, this is an easy deck for me to recommend you all try out, especially if you want to use some of these cards before they probably will get nerfed within a week or two. Now, with that all being said, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.